What really happened to Kristaps Porzingis? It was supposed to be just another regular season NBA game. The match between the Boston Celtics and Washington Wizards began with intensity, but what no one expected was what was about to happen. In the second quarter, the hearts of Celtics fans froze. Kristaps Porzingis, one of the team's main hopes, suddenly left the court. The look of pain on the player's face and his decision not to return for the second half cast a shadow of concern over what seemed to be a certain victory. Was Boston on the verge of losing one of its most important pillars? What do we know so far? The news of Porzingis' departure was handled with caution by coach Joe Mazzulla, who tried to reassure the fans by saying that the player was in good spirits. However, it was Porzingis himself who provided more details after the game. "I hurt my heel a bit in the first quarter, but I kept playing," Porzingis explained to reporters, as reported by NBC Sports Boston. "It wasn't anything serious, just something sensitive. I informed the medical team, and they decided to take me out as a precaution. I don't think it's anything serious." The statement might sound reassuring, but considering the player's recent history, having just returned to the court a few weeks ago after foot surgery, doubt remains. Porzingis had been showing signs of returning to his best form. In just 11 minutes on the court, he made 5 of 6 shots, scored 11 points, and helped the Celtics build a solid lead against the Wizards. Is it too early to relax? The positive side is that the Celtics have a break until next Thursday, when they face the Chicago Bulls at TD Garden. This gives Porzingis a few days to rest and assess the condition of his heel. Furthermore, the injury doesn't seem related to the history that has kept him sidelined for so long. But are 3 days enough to ensure the safety of such an essential player, especially with such a delicate injury history? And what if today's caution is a forewarning of something bigger tomorrow? How long can the Celtic star carry the weight of expectations without his body betraying him again? Is the dream of returning to the NBA in danger? Few possess the determination of Lonnie Walker IV, a former guard for the Boston Celtics who is now at a decisive moment in his career. After being waived by the team just before the start of the regular season, Walker found himself facing a dilemma that many players fear. Would he be doomed to obscurity, or would he find the strength to fight for redemption? A journey in foreign lands. After being waived by the Celtics, Walker found refuge in Europe, signing with Zalgiris Kaunas. His debut was delayed due to an ankle injury, but since stepping onto the court, he has impressed. In just 8 games in the EuroLeague, Walker became the team's leading scorer, averaging 16.9 points per game. His three-point shooting accuracy, with a 44.9% success rate, proves that his talent is still there. Additionally, his performance index rating, PIR, of 13.1 places him among the leaders of the team, reaffirming that he is not just an average player, but someone with the potential to make a difference. However, the big question hanging in the air is, will all this effort be enough to bring him back to the NBA? Walker IV has already proven before that he can handle pressure. During his season with the Los Angeles Lakers, he stood out by contributing solid averages of 13.7 points per game and clutch moments in high-stress situations. After a brief stint with the Brooklyn Nets, where he showed growth in his shooting accuracy, the player joined the Celtics with hopes of securing a spot on the roster. But the surprise came. Walker was waived before the season even began, a decision that left many fans puzzled. Now in the EuroLeague, he seems more focused than ever, but his body cannot afford to fail. The ankle injury at the start of the season was a harsh reminder of how fragile an athlete's path to redemption can be. Hope or illusion? With injuries plaguing teams in the NBA, Walker could be an unlikely solution for a team in need before the end of this season. However, if that doesn't happen now, the chances of him being signed next season are high, given the performance he has been showcasing. But the question that remains is, can Lonnie Walker IV shine overcome the shadows of the past and reclaim the space he once had in the world's most competitive league? Jordan Poole turns play into a joke by humiliating Pritchard. Jordan Poole had the chance to make the biggest highlight of the season, but instead, he became the punchline against the Boston Celtics. The season already seems lost for the Washington Wizards, who are sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference with a disappointing 3-21 record. Amid this chaos, Jordan Poole, the team star, continues to collect embarrassing moments, and the game against the Celtics was yet another example. During the game, Poole humiliated Peyton Pritchard with a crossover that left the Celtics guard flat on the floor. Instead of finishing the play, Poole decided to taunt and point at Pritchard, giving Sam Hauser time to recover and contest the shot. The result? Poole had to pass the ball, wasting what could have been one of the best moments of the season. A night to forget. Despite the fiasco, Poole led the Wizards with 21 points, 8-19 shooting, in 36 minutes. Other starters also had strong performances, such as Bilal Coulibaly and Julian Champagny, who shone with a double-double of 13 points and 14 rebounds. The rookies, Alexander Sarr and Carlton Carrington, showed potential, but the team was completely dominated by the Celtics. Jason Tatum led with 28 points and 12 rebounds, while 6 other players reached double figures, including Derrick White, Peyton Pritchard, and Kristaps Porzingis. It was a comfortable 112-98 victory for the Massachusetts team. The crisis of Jordan Poole. Poole is in a delicate situation. Despite impressive numbers, 20.3 points and 5.1 assists per game this season, the best of his career, he has not been able to turn individual statistics into positive impact. This disconnect between personal performance and team results fuels the narrative that Poole is a player with empty stats. Even with a history as an NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, Poole seems to have lost the trust of top teams. His 3-year, $100.5 million contract is seen as a burden, and his on-court antics, like the showboat against Pritchard, only reinforce the perception that he is unreliable in competitive contexts. What's next for Poole? His frequent slip-ups and frustrating habits make it difficult for him to reintegrate into franchises looking to be competitive. With the Wizards clearly in rebuild mode, will Poole be able to change this perception before it's too late? If he doesn't learn to prioritize team play and eliminate these flaws, he will be risking not only his future with the Wizards, but also his reputation as an elite athlete. Derrick White could be traded for a new star? Imagine waking up to the news that Derrick White, one of the most beloved players on the team, might be leaving. It feels like a nightmare, but for Celtics fans, this may not be as far from reality as it seems. The Boston Celtics have been dazzling fans with their synergy and relentless performance on the court. With a dynamic core of players, they've become a feared team, demonstrating the cohesion of a squad that knows how to win it all. But behind this success, a financial storm is brewing, a threat that could lead to the inevitable, a painful trade. The trade that could redefine Boston's future. Rumors of a blockbuster trade have emerged, and the implications are breathtaking. In a proposal by Colin Keane from the Sporting News, the Celtics would send Derrick White, one of their most reliable and beloved guards, to the Golden State Warriors. In exchange, Boston would receive forward Jonathan Kuminga, guard Brandon Podziemski, and center Kevin Looney. At first glance, this trade seems like a potential financial win for the Celtics. Kuminga and Looney are on expiring contracts, while Podziemski's deal, only $3.5 million this season, offers incredible value for a player with such an impact on wins. For a franchise facing heavy luxury tax penalties, this financial relief could be crucial. But here's the problem. Derrick White is not just another player. He's one of the fan favorites, a defensive mastermind, and a leader both on and off the court. Losing him would be a blow that not even the best spreadsheets could justify. Why Kuminga could be the key to the Celtics' longevity. Jonathan Kuminga offers untapped potential. Young and explosive, he is a forward who could complement Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, becoming the Celtics' long-term answer to remain competitive while adjusting their budget. If Boston re-signs him as a restricted free agent or uses him in a future trade, Kuminga could become a valuable piece. Brandon Podziemski may not fully replace Derrick White, but he could bring a new dynamic to the Celtics' rotation at a much lower cost. Add Kevin Looney, an experienced center known for his heroic playoff performances, and the Celtics gain depth without sinking further into financial chaos. The harsh reality of NBA economics. As much as fans hate to admit it, financial sustainability is just as vital as success on the court. The Celtics front office faces an impossible choice. Keep the current core intact and risk long-term instability, or make painful sacrifices now to preserve the future. The idea of losing Derrick White feels like tearing a piece of the team's soul away. But is it worth risking emotional attachment to one player, potentially compromising the dynasty Boston has worked so hard to build? Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.